CKWR-FM is now Mix 98.5, the sound of the region.
Good morning and welcome to Coral Rocks. We got a cool show for you, a wicked cool Amundo show for you today. I have John P. Brenner of the Groove sitting in the studio with me, and also Danny Bailey.
Hello! Good morning.
Good morning,
Coral.
Noted photo guy and video guy, and John is the host of the Groove. And this weekend it's an all-local groove as well. So we're going to have some fun. I've got bunny music. I've got a 420 set. We've got all kinds of stuff. But speaking of bunny music, I'm going to play some Echo and the Bunnymen. And then I wanted to play some Gang of Four. I didn't get a chance to play that last week because Dave Allen from the band passed away, and I love that band. So we're going to start off with Echo and the Bunnymen and Gang of Four, Coral Rocks. Oh, yeah, and I have my interview with Max Kerman of Arkells at 10 o'clock. He wrote a book called Try Hard. It comes out April 22nd. He's got a Cross Canada tour, which takes him to Toronto, actually, on April 22nd, his old high school gym. So we're going to be talking to Max. Mix 98.5 Coral Rocks. That's David Bowie and Cactus from his album Ready, Steady, Go, which I got for Record Store Day last Saturday at Encore Records. I have John P. Brenner of the Groove and Danny Bailey in the studio. So
he shoots, he scores. Go Rangers, go!
You guys are loud. Okay, there we go. That's better. John, you have a Rangers report.
Yeah, the Rangers won last night in Windsor, extending the series to Game 6 Sunday night back here at home. And I guess tickets are on sale already, so there should be some tickets left for that. But we were down 3-0, and we've come back and made it 3-2. So let's hope we can tie it up tomorrow night and force a Game 7.
Yeah, no kidding. So, Dan, are you a Rangers fan?
Of course.
Yeah, that's what I figured. So we've got, just before we continue, Coral Rocks is brought to you by the Metro Restaurant, Victoria Street North in Kitchener, the best schnitzel place in town since 1961. And if you're going there for lunch or dinner, you might want to reserve ahead of time. So just go to their website, kmetro.ca, or give them a call, 519-578-9189. They probably got some Easter specials on as well. Plus, my book is there, the back door, and it's now in its 4th printing.
Good for you, Coral.
Oh, thank you. And it's still selling, which is just crazy after 2 years.
When's the movie coming out?
I don't know. You tell me. You're the video guy, not me. Anyway, we've got there's a concert coming up tonight. This is Stonecroft Folk House concert with Alison Brown and Craig Van Kirk. So this is tonight at 8 p.m. and it's this is a really cool. Stonecroft Folk is between Ingersoll and Woodstock, and you can get tickets. It's like a farm. It's really cool. You can get tickets. Just go to stonecroftfarms.ca, and all the information is there. So I wanted to play a little bit of Alison Brown, a little bit of Craig Van Kirk. So here is Alison Brown, and don't wait too long. Coral Rocks. Coral Rocks, Mix 98.5. That is Alison Brown, Don't Wait Too Long. And she has a Stonecroft Folk House concert tonight. So just go to alisonbrown.ca for more information. And here's the guy that she's, Craig Van Kirk. He's a fingerstyle guitarist from California. And this is our first time playing together. So this is the House of Kirk Michael, Whimsy on the Irish Sea and the Isle of Man. That's Craig Van Kirk. And the House of Kirk Michael, Whimsy on the Irish Sea. And he is in concert tonight with Alison Brown for Stonecroft Folk Concerts. So for more information, alisonbrown.ca. Whimsy. So I got Danny Bailey and John P. Brenner in the studio with me. And coming up at 10 o'clock, just a couple of minutes, I have an interview that I did with Max from the Arkells. And we're going to play, and he actually requested some music, so I'm going to play a little bit of Arkells music. This is Past Life, Coral Rocks. Coral Rocks Mix 98.5. That is Arkells and Past Life. And just in a couple of minutes, just before I go back, I got John P. Brenner in the studio of The Groove, and Danny Bailey is here as well. So we're gonna
lots of coffee, and
they got lots of coffee
and Timbits.
And Timbits.
Like I'm injecting those Timbits right in. Well, like I found another spot. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's a good bit. Oh,
that's a good Timbit.
Pastry.
So we're going to be back. We'll be back with Max Kerman from Arkells, and he's talking about his latest book, Try Hard. Mix 98.5. You're with Coral and Danny and John P. Brenner. They're in the studio as well. So I have an interview that I did with Max Kerman from Arkells. Mix 98.5 Coral Rocks, and that is Waxahachie, and right back to it. So those are Max Kerman from Arkells. That's his playlist. And for more about Max, maxkerman.com. And his book comes out April 22nd. It comes out through Random Penguin House. So check that out. And the Arkells have a show coming up June the 21st called The Rally. It's in Hamilton Stadium with special guest Portugal the Man. So 1026 here on Coral Rocks. So we just played Waxahachie, John. You know a little bit about this band. Tell me about this.
Yeah, it's a band that features singer Catherine Crutchfield. And yeah, I was lucky enough to see them back, maybe 10 years ago. The band opening for Kurt Vile at the Phoenix in Toronto. And, in the interim, they've become quite a popular band. And, of course, we're going to, there's a bunch of us going to see Kurt Vile again in July. He's playing the Danforth Music Hall. That's a great venue. You ever been there, Dan?
Yeah, I saw Devo there in 1979.
Devo?
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
It was incredible.
1979?
Yes.
I think I was there.
Yeah, for sure.
I was there with Billy Oxygen.
It's such a great venue, the Danforth. There's been so many different... I saw Todd Rundgren there. I've seen Lucinda Williams there. The Sadie's opening for Kurt Vile.
And the Danforth is just full of life, right? I mean, great restaurants and clubs and
very cool.
Pubs.
A few, yes.
We're going to play some Kurt Vile. I got KV Crimes because that's short. And
Kurt's famous for his 10-minute epic songs, which are awesome.
And Danny, we have some Devo on vinyl. I thought I would bring it in just for fun.
Speaking of Devo,
she loves me.
Just for fun. Here's Kurt Vile, KV Crimes, JP Brenner Crimes, and Danny Bailey Crimes on Coral Rocks. Mix 98.5. That's Kurt Vile and KV Crimes from Waking on a Pretty Days. So we're here in the studio. I got JP Brenner, The Groove, and Danny Bailey.
Hey, everybody.
It's Easter weekend.
It's also the morning.
It's also the morning, that's right. So we were trying to figure, this is something I do. I got to make sure I play the right track, too. Every Good Friday, when I was working at Far Out Flicks, we had a tradition. We used to watch Monty Python's Life of Brian, and I know it. I've seen it so many times. I know all the lines off by heart. But Rolf and I would watch it, and I'm going to send him a text to tell him that I forgot to talk to him yesterday. Rolf was the owner of the store, and I forgot to tell him that I did watch Life of Brian yesterday. I did watch it. I have the DVD, so it's one of my all-time favorites. For me, it's still one of the funniest movies of all time. So we're going to do a little bit of a bunny set here. We're going to start off with Monty Python. Then I got some Peter Cottontail, John the Rabbit, and Big Monkey Do, which was a local
Where's the Kaboom?
Where's the
Kaboom?
From Where's the Kaboom? And a song called Be Very Quiet. Here's Monty Python, always look on the bright side of life, especially now. Mix 98.5, always look on the bright side of life, from Monty Python Sings. And there's another song on here that I'm going to play because it's from Life of Brian. And It's called Brian's Song.
Oh, man.
Mix 98.5. That's John the Rabbit for Easter. So here's another song we're going to play. So Danny, tell me about Big Monkey Do. Like, how did you... It's so cool. There was...
Well, you know what? Big Monkey Do. I believe the guys were from Waterloo, if I'm not mistaken. And you know what? Of course, I used to always frequent all the record stores downtown, and Dr. Disc was one of the places that sold a lot of independent audio tapes. And for some reason, I just picked up Where's the Kaboom and played it, and it was just... I don't know. I mean, this is probably, I'm not sure on the year on the release
early
80s?
I'd say
Way back.
mid 80s.
18th century.
18th century.
A new release. Yeah, so Where's the Kaboom? I'm sure you can't find this anymore, but I don't know. I just, they have such a unique sound, and this song is pretty humorous.
It's very humorous. This is Be Very Quiet, Big Monkey Do, featuring the late Kip Smith.
will be gone in just a few seconds.
We could certainly use a nice quiet weekend.
Where's the kaboom? There was supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom. An earth-shattering kaboom. Where's the kaboom? Kaboom.
Sorry about that.
Well, back to the old drawing board.
Mix 98.5 Coral Rock.
Gosh. I should have had some edibles just before that one.
That's Big Monkey Do, and Be Very Quiet, and Be Very Quiet, and there were some really great bands.
Gonna kill the rabbit.
Going to kill the wabbit, and there were some really great bands in this town. Big Monkey Do was one, Sonic Boom, Some Cliches Wither, all these guys, us not them, and they're all this crazy, outrageous jazz and sound bites and stuff. Excessive Rancidity, all these bands. So, Danny, you had an interesting week this past week. John, take it away.
Yeah, the Trailer Park Boys were in town this week.
Yeah, they were in Waterloo promoting their new Liquorade.
So they're at the LCBO one.
The LCBO on Columbia Street, and oh my gosh, I couldn't believe the crowd. There was at least over 500 people that had gone through in just 2 hours, and I heard from the manager at the liquor store that the boys had sold 5,300 cans of their new Liquorade in the 3 hours that they were there.
My God, I saw you posted a video, quite a long one, of walking through the
Yeah,
line and
you
talking
can
to
see it
people.
on YouTube. It's behind the scenes that I shot with all the fans that were in line. And I mean, it's incredible to see the demographic. It was like 20 years old to 80, you know, I mean, and everyone just loves the show. And
Well, it's like we talked about it earlier. It's like a cultural icon, that show.
oh,
in
sure.
Canada.
Yeah, Canadian.
And they had the car there too, didn't they?
Well, they had the replica of the
replica?
mobile,
Of the
but it's
mobile.
you know what, it's a really good replica anyway. But yeah, so we were going to talk and play a little bit of Bubbles as Mike Smith.
Yeah, Bubbles in the 90s, if you listen
Okay.
to much music, this band, Sandbox, East Coast band, I believe, they had a couple of hits, and this was Mike Smith, pre-Bubbles Mike Smith. So I don't know if Coral has it queued up.
Yeah,
but
I got
think
it queued up.
We're going to play a song by Sandbox called Curious with Mike Smith.
Caught the train, took the road, searching for a pot of gold. Never knew
98.5 Coral Rocks. That is Sandbox and Curious. So 10:54 here on Coral Rocks, and tomorrow is April 20th. Yeah, not in the studio. Okay, so
It's Easter and something else.
John, here. Take this.
Dan, Danny. So
I'll get the clip out.
tell me about Kevin Westphal.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This is fantastic. Kevin Westphal, he's a local musician. He calls himself the Canuck.
Yes.
And he writes songs about I don't want to say he's Stompin' Tom, but Stompin' Tom was one of his mentors. He knew Tom as well. And he writes and sings songs about Canadiana. So last year, just before 420, he had just recorded this new song called the Marijuana Song with Fred Smith down at Fred Smith's studios.
Yeah, right.
And anyway, Fred said, well, why don't you get Danny Bailey to, direct your music video? And so Kevin contacted me. So we've just celebrated our first anniversary. And thank you very much. We went to a farm north of the cities here and spent the day just shooting a video for the Marijuana Song. And what's really cool, you can see it on YouTube, Kevin Westphal, it's WESTF or PHAL. We also did a karaoke version. So you could actually sing along on your own version if you wanted to on a TikTok and send it in, and we'd play it as well.
Oh, man.
But anyway,
I'm doing that right after the show.
Yeah, what's really cool about this video? I mean, first of all, we had to find a place where we could smoke, and that was the hardest thing, getting a venue. So this this barn that we had was a perfect place because we had maybe 30 or 40 people there.
Yeah, it's quite the video.
Yeah, and we also had a couple of guys who worked on the crew, the Harrisons, and they built or created like the world's largest joint and the world's largest bong, and we used those in the video. And I don't know, it's just like one of those fun videos.
It's a lot of fun, and it's really well shot. And Kevin,
you didn't burn the barn down, did you?
No.
Okay,
and salute to Claude Barnes and Kevin Dewar. They were the other shooters on the video.
Okay, here's the Kevin sent me the marijuana mix, so here it is.
Come on, everybody, clap your hands, sing along. Let's all have some fun and sing the Marijuana Song. Puff, puff, pass in a tokey, giggle, laughy, fun tobacco, feel wacky, make you happy, have a snacky, giggle, giggle, smoke, puffy, tokey, take a big rip and pass it on. The world's much better when we all get together, when we're loving one another, having fun. So let's have a hoot, a puffy, toot, and all sing the Marijuana Song. Go get the rolling papers, all get the weed. Let's roll the biggest reefer that the world has ever seen. We can make Pop-Tarts and grilled cheese. Everybody, let's have fun. Work, not enough play. Hell, tomorrow may never come. So let's have a hoot, a puffy, toot, and all sing the Marijuana Song. Puff, pass in a tokey, giggle, laughy, fun tobacco, feel wacky, make you happy, have a snacky, giggle, smoke, puffy, tokey, take a big rip and pass it on. Well, the world's much better when we all get together, when we're loving one another, having fun. So let's have a hoot, a puffy, toot, and all sing the Marijuana Song. Woo! I'm sick and tired of the 6 o'clock news. I'm done with politicians and political views. You know, the world's much better when we all get along. Maybe in the next verse, we could fire up the bong. pass and a talkie, giggle, laughy, fun tobacco, feel wacky, make you happy, have a snacky, giggle, smoke, puffy, toke, take a big rip and pass it on. Well, the world's much better when we all get together, when we're loving one another, having fun. So let's have a hoot, a puffy, toot, and all sing the marijuana song. So let's have a hoot, a puffy, toot, fun tobacco, feel wacky, have a snacky, make you happy, let's sing the marijuana song. Woo!
Coral Rocks. That is the Lawrence Welk show, and one took over the line. I know the phone's ringing, but I can't answer it right now. So whoever it is, call back. And we've got, actually, Danny wanted to talk to you about Devo.
Well, you know what?
We're flipping back and forth here. We're going
When
to
I first saw Devo on Saturday Night Live doing Satisfaction, it just blew my mind. I didn't know if these guys are robots or what they were. But anyway, the cut that we're going to listen to this morning, called Uncontrollable Urge, is the first cut on the first album. And it was recently reported that Mark Mothersbaugh, the composer and lead singer of Devo, received around $1 million a year just from this song being the theme song for the MTV show Ridiculousness.
That's right.
So, but I mean, this is a great song to open up the whole Devo live set.
Here we go.
Get your Devo on.
Mix 98.5, that's Devo and Uncontrollable Urge on vinyl. That's from my vinyl collection. So that's such a great song.
Thank you very much.
Devo's.
Duty Now for the Future, Spuds.
You know what I used to do back at the back door? Whenever I played Devo, I'd always play the Devo corporate anthem first.
And salute.
Before I played Devo, I didn't do that this morning. That's the first time I've never done that, but it's okay. 11:10 here on Coral Rocks, and we're jumping around here all over the place.
As we do.
Well, what can you do? I mean, the edibles have now kicked in, so I mean, we're all over the place.
So this is a. You notice I'm not. Okay.
You want to open the window so we can get rid of some of that smoke? That'd be awesome.
Yeah, really. So. They're just anyway. So there's another Kevin Westphal song, and it's called Canadian Land. I wanted to play this. Tell me a little bit about this.
Well, you know what? It's amazing, of course, ever since Trump wanted to have us as the 51st state, how Canadian musicians have gone back to sort of protest songs. I mean, and great Canadiana, songs like the latest from Jim Cuddy.
Right, yes.
Right, and Danny Michel
yes.
with Northern Star. And anyway, Kevin Westphal, who we listened to there with the marijuana song, has just dropped his song called Canadian Land. And it's basically all about, you know what, I don't want anything to do with the U.S. I'm going to spend my vacation and just hang out in Canada. So that's what this song is all about here on CKWR.
Time is a-comin', and I'll soon be on the go. I can't afford to roam too far from home with the dollar down real low. I won't lose $40 on 100, not with my holiday plan. I'm packing my bags, taking these white bags, traveling Canadian land. With the bears and the rocks and the birds and the bees and the moose and the fox and the tall pine trees where a polyloony on one leg can still stand. I won't lose $40 on 100, not with my holiday plan. I'll be packing my bags, taking these white legs and traveling Canadian land. pop-up trailer, or better yet, a Winnebago. And I'll see the pretty of every town and city as I tour Ontario. I might head out west through the prairies, or Quebec out to Newfoundland. Why lose $40 on 100 when you can travel on Canadian land? With the bears and the rocks and the birds and the bees and the moose and the fox and the tall pine trees, we're a falling loony on one leg and still stand. I won't lose $40 on 100, not with my holiday plans. I'll be packing my bags, taking these white flags and traveling Canadian land. I won't lose $40 on 100, oh, not with my holiday plans. I'll be packing my bags, taking these white flags and traveling Canadian land. I'll be packing my bags, taking these white flags and traveling Canadian land. Oh, Lake Huron sure is nice this time of year. Yeah, Fort McMurray, here I go. Bonjour to Quebec. Yeah, Nova Scotia, Newfoundland. I'm going to Newfoundland.
Mix 98.5. That's Kevin Westphal and his brand new song, Canadian Land.
You know what the greatest part is, and I forgot to say, that was the radio premiere
Oh, wow. Hey.
of this song. So let's congratulate Kevin on that one.
That's awesome, Kevin. Another great song. He's got, I played his stuff before. I played the 401. I played a couple of his songs. They're really fun.
Yeah, you know, and you'll
Very
get
funny.
a really good kick out of his videos as well that are on YouTube. But check out Pickled Eggs.
Oh yeah, I have seen Pickled Eggs. That's pretty funny. So 11:14 here on Coral Rocks. We're having a rocking good time in here.
Wow.
So John, what's coming up this afternoon on the Groove?
Well, it's a long weekend, so 9 times a year when we have a long weekend, I play, the whole show is all local music. So I've got 23 songs of all local artists. So tune in at 4:30 to 6, and you get to hear everything. If you want to see the song list, it's on my Facebook page, and it's going to be a fun afternoon. I think I'm also playing that Kevin Westphal song again.
You got
So
that
we get
right.
Two plays.
2 hits from that bong.
It's going to be in the top 40 in no time.
I hope so. It'll be top 420.
And I think what's coming up next, we're going to play some Nico Case. Is that correct?
Nope.
No?
We're playing South of Reality.
Oh, this is it's Sean Lennon and Les Claypool from Primus. From their album, it's called... it's the title track, actually, from that album, South of Reality.
This is a really good album. I have it myself.
I was lucky enough to see these guys in Tennessee a couple years ago. And great live band. Of course, Les Claypool, great bass player. So, is that coming up now? It's all queued up, ready to go.
Hi, this is Gene Champagne. You may also know me as drummer from the Killjoys and Hamilton's Teenage Head. Kickstart your Saturday mornings with Coral Andrews on Coral Rocks from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. on Mix 98.5. Lots of music, little chats, lots of friggin' coffee.
Mix 98.5 Coral Rocks. And that is Nico Case with the Sadies and Hold On. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of texts. Gene Champagne is he's he's got a really cool song out.
Take this one.
You guys, anyway,
We're trying to
so
throw
we're
Coral
talking
off.
about I'm the one behind the board doing all the producing, and they're the ones sitting there doing all the yapping. Anyway,
Empty that ashtray, will you?
every time. So last week on the show, I had Tommy Gunn as a guest, and he's got a big show happening tonight in Hamilton at the Leander Boat Club. There's something about Hamilton musicians; they are so freaking cool. And Gene Champagne has he's taken an old Ohio Express classic and made it into his own. So here's Yummy 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 Gene Champagne, Coral Rocks, and we'll be right back with these two.
Yeah, we'll be back.
You'll be what now?
We'll be back down.
Mix 98.5, the sound of the region.
Makes 98.5 your Coral
Yummy,
Rock.
yummy, yummy.
Yeah.
The edibles in my tummy.
Yeah. So so this has been a lot of fun, you guys. We've got one more song we're gonna play, and these guys are gonna be at Maxwell's June the 7th.
That's going to be a great show.
That's gonna be a great show. I'm going to that. That's gonna be a really good show.
Love that venue.
Yeah, me too. Love that venue. So thank you guys so much for being my guests.
Woohoo! What a riot.
This has
Thanks
been
for putting up with us.
This has been a blast. Lots of comments. Thanks to everybody that's
Hey, John, do you see my rolling papers over there?
sent in text and called. This has been crazy. So we're gonna end off with I'm pretty sure they're gonna sing this at Maxwell's. And the last time they sang it, we all had our phones flashing, and they all told us to drop that phone.
Oops, that's the end of the bag.
Anthems for a 17-year-old. As I say goodbye with two 17-year-olds here in the studio.
Happy Easter, Coral.
Happy 420, baby.